Well, James, when the pressure's on, you produce.
Well, yeah, it seems
Right?
so there, right? But trust me, I was under pressure. Like in that last break there, when the split perfect, you're just thinking, it's the chance you've got to take. So when them opportunities come, you've got to take them and hold yourself together. But it adds like a bit of pressure because you should take them. You know what I mean?
Were you expecting to make those 3 good breaks at the end?
I just thought the way I was playing at 5-3, I just felt like I had no rhythm. I felt like I was just sort of, I don't know. What I actually said to myself at 5-3, I said, just don't go home, drive home playing the way you're playing. So in the end, I just thought, right, just relax, just play as you can. If you go home, you go home. And then after that, I had a good break. And then I thought, let's just stick to that. And then another break came and another break came. So yeah, I'm glad to finish it out like that.
We've called you the giant killer in the past. You've beaten top names in the sport. It feels as though you need a test sometimes to bring the best out of yourself. Is that true?
I'd say I definitely enjoy playing, the better players. Like Mark, for me, is a top player, and I think, I highly rate him. And I thought he was probably one of the toughest draws I could have got in like the second round, really. So I knew sort of I had to play well today going in, which sort of helps. But I weren't really playing that well because I weren't really used to conditions that well. My timing wasn't there, and it played completely different to that. But like I was saying before, it's because I've not played on the telly table much.
Yeah.
It takes you a bit to get used to it.
Yeah.
So I think like if I was to play on there again, it wouldn't take me as long, hopefully, to get sort of scoring and stuff.
Yeah, and we'll always remember you as the first amateur to qualify for the Crucible, of course, and we know what happened there. You beat Ronnie O'Sullivan. What are your memories and your reflections on that time? It's 3 years down the line. Tell us about that experience, but also your experiences since then in the game.
Yeah, it was obviously a great experience. I was playing well at the time, and I was more consistent with what I was doing. And then when I've come back on tour from that, I think I've had a lot of, I don't like to blame bad draws and stuff, but I don't think how it is now is right, because it's not always given. Like if you'd have looked at my draws when I first got on, after that year, I think I played Judd 3 times in the first round. I played Mark Allen, Mark Williams twice, Gilbert. I was just reeling them all off. And then you're coming into your next season, and you think I'm a tinkerer. I'm trying to always perfect it, which it's not doable. But now I've just sort of tried to take a bit of a leaf out of Judd's book in a way, because he keeps everything consistent. He doesn't change his tips, his technique or anything. He just relies on what he's got, and I've sort of tried to take a bit of a leaf out of that, and I've sort of settled down with tips. I was probably the worst on tour for them, but I've settled down. I've got one that I like now, and I've just tried to sort of do that and make everything more consistent.
I can see why you'd have issues drawing those guys, but having spoken to you in the past, you have a lot of self-belief, and you've almost said in the past that you feel you could be ability-wise, you could get up to a level like that.
Yeah.
So you must also embrace playing those kind of players.
Yeah, I that's why I play to, obviously, because I believe that I can get there. But my game's not there at the moment, and I think the problem is, it's like when I've played, say, Ronnie in a couple of times, he's beat me 4-0 both times, but he's coming off the back of a final each time on playing on his home table, and it's like I didn't even know I was in the event, so I've not really practiced and stuff. And I think that's the difference. I think when you match sharp, you can get a fair result in the game, where when you're playing people like, for example, I think I played Judd in one event and he beat me 4-3 in Ireland, and he had 3 tons. It was a really good game. I think he went on to win it, and then the next time I'm playing him again, and he's gone on to win it, and I've not really had any games. So it's like you have to get started so quick, and by the time you know it, half your season's gone, and you're sort of like chasing where you're at. And I think now I'm just trying to get consistent in everything that I can do, and then let the results show for itself. And out there today, it stood up for me when I needed it to.
And a player who will be looking for some match sharpness is your next opponent, Liam Highfield. That's one, for those that sort of follow the sport closely, that's an exciting match to watch potentially.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever. Actually, I might have played him in the shootout one year, but I've never played him in a proper long race game. Obviously, shootout's a bit different. But yeah, Liam's a great player. I'm sure we'll both be going for our shots, and I'm looking forward to it.